got any final thoughts for the show?
Make jukes, not war.
Can we edit that out?
Nope. I had my game face on.
Hello and welcome to the Volvo 240 Turbo by Matchbox. Now this is a brand new casting released for the 2023 model year, and I was very excited to see the thing launched last year at the 2022 Matchbox Collectors show. Now they revealed this brand new cast as well as the one that I'm going to review next week, or maybe before. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do this in yet, as I'm recording them both one after each other. This is the one I'm recording first. It is arguably one of the cooler ones this year, as it is, well, really just a boxy Volvo from the 80s, but it is just cool nonetheless. So watch me crack it and, well, showcase it all to you. All cut open and ready now. I'm going to take it out the packaging, and this thing, straight up, I'm going to say is absolutely fantastic. It is, well, it's perfect is what it is. I don't have the screwdriver on me right now, so I'm going to go and get it, or at least a very similar one, and let's kick this thing off. This isn't the exact screwdriver of truth. In fact, it's a slightly different one. As you can see, it's a little bit worn, unlike the screwdriver of truth. However, we'll still use it because it's, well, it's a screwdriver nonetheless. And well, I'm going to start at the front on this absolute brick legend. Now the 240 as a Volvo itself is particularly famous for rally racing as well as touring car racing in Europe. These things came with what was known as the Red Block, which was a 4-cylinder turbocharged Volvo engine, and it was known for being almost unkillable. Genuinely almost unkillable. It was just an unbelievable engine, and still is. These things are still really popular now. Not as common, especially here in England, but they are still super cool, and they are just sort of renowned around the world for being just a really hard, robust car that you can really rely on. Now this here is in 1986, as you can see by the packaging. So we're going to kick it off on the front end. Starting on here, I'm actually really impressed with the details on this thing. They are absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to sort of talk about the end, how and why I really like this thing. But we're going to start off. Headlight details are really well done, and side light and indicators are also really well done, as well as the grille and chrome and the Volvo bezel, and also including the thing that really sets this thing off for me is them little headlight washers slash windscreen wipers mounted on the headlights. I love them. This is a really common sort of feature on these that everyone who has one of these or likes them knows about. They are so cool, and a feature that Volvo carried on until fairly recently, in fact. Of course, you can see the huge sort of bumpers for safety. Volvos have always been known for their safety, and well, these things were near bricks. They are about as brick of a car you can possibly get. I'd love to see more of these things, especially one in a Riley livery or something like that. I can't wait to see what Matchbox does with this. But on the front, this thing is amazing. And if we just zoom into that badge there, you can just see how small it is, yet just how amazing it is. There we go, right there. That is just fantastic. On the side, there's no details on here, but because it's a brand new cast, we'll still take a look. And something I really like about this thing is more on the base. You can see is mud flaps, front and back, on this thing. Really cool. This is a rear-wheel drive car, so the mud flaps are predominantly bigger on the back. However, they are on the front still because it would be odd if they weren't. I just really like that feature. I think it's a really cool little feature on the base. Sorry about quality. It's a bit of a low light situation right now. The lovely door lines are continued all the way across. It's a very solid cast. If you hear, it's a very solid cast. It's decently weighty, especially for a modern casting. It is just fantastic, this thing. And including the, I love that sort of very famous little rectangular wing mirror. It's just so well done. Continue on the roof, you can see very strong lines all the way through. And oh, it's just brilliant. It is just fantastic. Now, hopefully we can try and little adjust. We can adjust the, there we go, the brightness just slightly. Hopefully that's a little bit better. You can see Volvo logos there. A little boot lock in the middle, 240. This isn't a turbo model, although I'd imagine it would be anyway. You can see rear lights, brake lights, fog lights, everything really well done. I love the way Matchbox does these. It's not just like Hot Wheels where it's a plain colour. It is fully detailed and shaded in. This even says Matchbox in sort of a California or Florida style plate, and says 1986 on the back there. This thing is crammed with details and little sort of gimmicks here and there, and I just love them. Yes, I'm a Volvo fan. I will admit that openly. And this thing well, it ticks every single box for me. I mean, the base there, we'll just take a finish and look at. It's funny detail. We've got the exhaust here, drive shaft, differentials, axles, fuel tanks, just all sorts of stuff. We've even got oil pans, axles, everything is almost exactly what you'd want. Everything on this thing is what you'd hope for. I just think it looks brilliant. It is absolutely perfect. So, if you find this thing, should you get it? Yes. 100% yes. And I've had a few people in my comments recently from the UK asking where I get my casts from. Now, I get them, I'm in a little local Hot Wheels group who always shout out where the local Hot Wheels are, or Matchbox for that matter. And I would always recommend you guys to go and check on these sort of local groups and see where stuff is. But for me, I found my Matchboxes that I got today in the Entertainer. So take a look in your Entertainers. Mine was ram-packed full of them. I literally walked in, saw the ones I wanted, picked them straight off the shelf and walked out again. Obviously bought them. But no, these things are brilliant. And also one last sort of tiny note on this car. Before I do my little touches or finishing details, these wheels are absolutely perfect. I'm so happy I didn't use any other wheels because that stance is just perfect for a Volvo. What are my favourite things about this cast and what are my things I don't really like about it? Well, favourite, how accurate it is. It is unbelievably accurate. Now this is car 99 out of 100, as you see there. So it is almost the final car of the year for Matchbox, which is a bit of an interesting one, as we really bordering the last of the sort of sector of the year. We're almost in autumn now, if not we're even in autumn, we're in September. Even though it was 30 degrees C here, which is mad. Anyway, my favourite thing about this cast, it has to be the fact that these details are so spot on. They even included the little headlight washers. I love that. How tiny that little Volvo grille is, but they didn't black it out. They even included the grille and the detailing of that badge. The headlights are so spot on. I mean, literally, there was clouding dedicated to it. If we want to get a bit of focus on, and the back end, it is just such an accurate casting, and even the casting itself is extremely accurate. And we didn't even have a look at the interior. We even have a third brake light right here, which is just so cool. So what I like about the casting? Nothing. This thing is a perfect casting by Matchbox. It is perfect, and even if we put it in this exactly 1/64 scale car park, it's almost exactly spot on with where it should be. It is just brilliant. So should you go and get one? 100%, a million times yes. So that's about it. That's all I have to say about this thing. This was the Matchbox 1986 Volvo 240. I'm going to add on a turbo because most of these did come turbo with a red block Volvo engine. They were just brilliant. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Please, everyone, stay safe, have fun, and of course, stay juke'ing.